Vanakkam. Now I'm going to cover the frauds that has taken place in cash transactions. That is various types of frauds that has taken place in cash. As an auditor, we have to see, and I'm going to say almost 11 various types of cash frauds or cash related frauds through this video presentation. Kindly watch the entire video because you will get lot of experience. Normally, the main fraud that is which has occurred in bank is counterfeit of notes, because sometimes customers they would have paid counterfeit notes. The cashier, if he has found out, then he has to record it. If he has recorded that, then as an auditor you have to see what are the steps they have taken in reporting and what are the follow-ups. Then sometimes cashier would have colluded with the other party to circulate counterfeit notes. If there is anything, if that has been found by the branch manager or some officials, then you have to see that point. This is very important because the cashier should not colluded with the other party, but this you can find from the reporting format done by the head office. Sometimes even ATMs also customers complain that there will be some counterfeit notes. If that is the case, then what are the complaints made by the ATM customer, that you have to look into it. This is the first type of general fraud, that is counterfeit notes. Second thing, when you enter into the cash vault, you would have seen lot of cash bundles. When you count the cash, if you find other banks slip in the bundle, suppose Mr. X bank you are going for audit, then if Y bank's cash slip was found, then that means that cashier has not counted the cash. This is also another type of fraud, because sometimes there will be some shortage in denomination of the cash. So other banks cash slip is found, then as an auditor we have to report. This is the second type of cash fraud. Then third type of fraud, when you look into the cash bundle and see 100 notes contains one bundle, if there is on the cash slip some telephone number is returned, that means some customer, leading customer would have remitted the account, would have remitted the cash into the account. So those bundles have not been counted, I can assure you, because if telephone number is being returned, that has to be removed by the cashier, then he has to bundle the fresh cash slip. But instead, here what he is doing is just keep the bundle without counting based on the billing. Suppose in case of shortage, then that person will be called then for the repayment. So first thing, as an auditor, if you are going to verify any cash bundle and if you have found out some telephone number, then that you have to report. And now this is my experience. I have gone for a very big branch audit. There I have found some 7 almirahs of cash, full of cash. So it is not possible to physically unload the cash and count the cash. So what we are doing, it is row wise and column wise we are counting, then we are tallying that with the cash register. This is the normal procedure. In this case, I have done the check, but to be on the safer side, what I did, I have pushed the bundle. All the bundles I have pushed. After pushing the cash bundles in 3 almirahs, then I went to the 4th almirah. When I pushed the bundle, then cash has fallen down. That means they have blocked with some mm, box. So that has fallen down. Then I call the officer and manager, because officer was with me. Then I call the manager. Then we have unloaded the all bundles. Then we have counted the cash. We have found out shortage of 32 lakhs cash. Then the bank manager made the inquiry. He found that the cashier was on leave, has taken the cash. Because this is the fraud, one of the main frauds which are found out in the cash. So whenever you happen to go to any cash vault verification, cash verification, you have to have the habit of pushing the bundles. Then if it has fallen down, then you can take the fraud into the account. Then normally bankers, due to rush, they'll receive the cash and ask the customer to write the telephone number on the cash. And what the cashier he will do, this is another type of fraud. This is what the cashier will do. He will circulate the cash to other customers, because he has got no time to count the cash. Then it is the duty of the customer to count the cash. If he has break open the bundles, then the bank will not repay. Normally, the cash has been remitted through the staff of the particular customers. What the staff will do, he will remove some 2 notes or 3 notes or single note and put his telephone number in the cash slip. Then if the bank manager or cashier, he will call only the telephone number which is mentioned in the cash slip. Then if it is found, then the person who has committed the mistake or fraud, he will come and remit the balance. So, okay sir, there is a shortage of 3 notes. Okay sir, here is 3 notes. So this type of practice of non-counting of cash will also lead to fraud indirectly. So normally cash bundle, if it is broke open, then that will not be returned by the cashier. Then transfer from borrower account to the officer account and cash is withdrawn. This is also my experience. This customer has availed a cash credit loan from that bank. That officer was very close to the customer. What he did, he has transferred the amount by putting the debit slip to his personal account, and there he has withdrawn the cash. This has to be authorized by another officer. That another officer has also authorized it. So without verifying the genuineness of the transaction, the cashier has paid the cash. Suppose if any cash withdrawal, huge cash withdrawal is done by the staff, then the cashier has to report this to the manager. This has not been done by the cashier. So the transfer from the borrower account to the personal account of the officer is also another type of fraud, because this has to be seen by the other officer. He has not seen. This is another type of fraud. And certainly another type of fraud is cash advance given to staff and pending for a long time. See, in order to have to meet some financial shortage, what the officers, they will do, they will debit sundry assets account and take the money as cash advance. That cash advance, they say that to go to the meeting, to go to some purchase of material, this and that, they will put a lot of reasons. But those cash advance has to be removed, has to be cancelled within 1 month. Then if it is not cancelled, then the auditor has to probe into the nature. Normally, if it is more than 3 months, we have to report. This is another, because to accommodate, to have some cash rotation, they are using this technique. So you have to see whether the cash advance given to the staff are genuine or not. This is another type of cash related fraud. Then money given by the cashier. Another type of fraud is money given by the cashier to the outsiders without making any entry in cash scroll and return. And this is the normally few cashiers, in order to gain more money, they will give the cash from the cash counter without making any entry. This is not known to the officers because cashiers are responsible for the cash in case of shortage. He will give the cash in the morning around 10 o'clock, and around 1:30 that person he will return the cash, and this cashier will be paid 1 day interest for that amount. This may happen in few branches, but this is possible. As a concurrent auditor, you can find it by some test check at the say around 12 o'clock. You have to do some test check, then only you can find this type of cash fraud. So money given by the cashier to the outsider without making any entry in the cash code, this can be found out only by the concurrent auditor and not by any other audits. And you have to see the cash excess short register. If there is any cash excess or cash shortage, you have to go depth into the transaction. Why there is a cash shortage, then why there is cash excess. Whether the same is being reported to the controlling authorities or not. In case of cash shortage has to be reported. Then who has paid the amount? That also you have to see. If it has been paid by the staff, then you have to make that point in your report. This is also another cash. This may be a fraud. I cannot say it may be a genuine shortage, but this may lead to a fraud. So as an auditor, you have to go and thoroughly check the cash excess short register. Then if any cashier who is not going on leave for a long time, then there will be a chance for fraud, because he may accommodate the cash in some other way, or he may do the cash in transaction. So you have to see the attendance register about the cashier, whether he has gone on leave, whether a key movement register is there. Normally once in 6 months they have to rotate the cashier, but if it is not, then as an auditor you have to see from the fraud angle. Then another type of cash fraud is token is being, suppose you go and present your check in the branch, on one of the branch, say in Adayar, Chennai, you can take the cash token. Now it is slip based. Previously it was token, because in case of tokens, all branches of that bank have got uniform token. Say 1 to 100 in all banks. Say for 50 rupees withdrawal, this person has presented the check. Then you will be given the token. You will take this to Saidabad branch, say token number 12. He will take this token to Saidabad branch of Chennai. Then if the token number 12 is being called, and if no one is going to give the token, then this fellow, you will go and give the token and take the money. This is not possible now, because all banks, they were converted into slip type. If anyone is adopting still the token type, you have to be very, very careful, because this is one of the fraud which I found out during my audit, because of shortage of token also, that also lead to fraud. So these are the things with this with reference to token you have to see. Then cash withdrawal allowed by debit slip. If you happen to see any cash withdrawal allowed by debit slip, then who has authorized it, whether the counter check has been received, because authorization check, normally customers, they would have gone outside and they say that, sir, I will come and issue the check, you just kindly give the amount to this customer. Then based on the belief of the words, the bank would have allowed the cash verification based on the cash slip, debit slip. Then if there is no debits, to confirm the debit, there is no check received, then you have to give that point in your report, because sometimes the officers, or I cannot say all officers, few officers, still there are a lot of frauds in it by using debit slip of a particular customer, because that customer would have got some per day you would have got some 250 260 transactions, so you would have received the, you would have debited the cash and he has received the cash. So if there is any debit slip to withdraw the cash, then as an auditor you have to be very very careful, otherwise this may lead to fraud. These are the various type of cash frauds. I'll go once again. I'll hit the top points. When you are going for audit, kindly see those points. Counterfeit notes, accommodation done by cashier with a doubling party. Then other bank's cash slip is found. Then customer phone number is found on the slip. Then adopt the technique of pushing the bundle. Allow the branch staff to withdraw the cash. Transfer from borrower account to staff account and cash is withdrawn by staff. Cash advance given to staff and pending for a long time. Money given by the cashier to outsider without making any entry in cash toll and returned in the afternoon, so that that cashier will receive one day interest. Cash excess short register, it has to be noted. Then return, who has returned the money, whether it is by cashier or outsider, you have to scrutinize. The cashier was not gone on leave, those transactions we have to be very careful. Then token of one branch is being utilized by another branch. Then cash withdrawal is allowed by debit slip. These are the few things I have noted down under the cash frauds. Then I want to share another experience. Now you know about counterfeit notes. Now in market, counterfeit checks are also in circulation. Counterfeit checks, because if anyone borrows, normally what will do? You give check and take the money. In market, counterfeit checks were available, or in some cases they are printing the counterfeit checks, so that in whatever name, which bank you want, everything they will prepare and print the same, and that will be given as security to the party. So counterfeit checks are also in operation. So this is also related to the cash frauds. So you have to be very very careful. And if there is ATM frauds that has been reported, you kindly go through, is that why there's a shortage, why what are the complaints made. So everything as an auditor you have to see. This is a thing I want to submit with reference to cash related frauds and cash frauds. Thanks for watching this video. Nandri, Vanakkam.